If you don't feel envy of others, you're just lucky. It's only because they've never met someone like him. Someone strong and intense who burns everything up, like the sun. Back when we were born, twins were considered bad luck because they caused succession conflicts. My younger brother Yoriichi was born with a terrible mark on his forehead, so my father immediately ordered him to be killed. But when my mother heard that, her fury was like a raging fire that no one could ever control. So instead of killing my brother, the plan was for him to become a temple priest when he turned 10 years old. Even though we were brothers, our rooms, our traditional kimonos, our academic education, and even our food were completely different. And because of that, Yoriichi never left our mother's side. Every time I saw him, he was hugging her left side. I always thought Yoriichi was childish and pitiful. I would always go to Yoriichi's small room when my father wasn't paying attention, and since my father would notice if I gave him my things, I made a flute and gave it to him as a present. Ever since Yoriichi was a baby, I never saw him smile, even once. He didn't speak a word until he turned 7, so people thought he was deaf, but I realized he was truly different around that time. When I was practicing my strikes in the garden, Yoriichi was standing behind a pine tree. That gave me chills.
Brother, you want to be the strongest samurai in the land.
That was the first time I heard him speak, but he spoke well. I was so shocked that I choked and dropped my wooden sword. Following those events, he began insistently claiming he wanted to become a samurai, despite the fact that he was supposed to be sent to the temple when he turned 10. He was supposed to become a priest, not a samurai. Unsure if he understood, Yoriichi smiled for the first time. And it was unsettling. A samurai fights by risking his life, and a child who runs to his mother as soon as he sees her could never become a man like that. But after that, during my training, Yoriichi started hanging around, saying he wanted to learn. A vassal of my father who was teaching me gave him a small practice sword. He only gave him basic instructions on how to hold the sword and about his stance. Then, my father's vassal told Yoriichi to try attacking him.
Yoriichi prepared to strike and swiftly hit the instructor several times. The last of his strikes struck against the vassal's right foot, causing him to take a very heavy fall. Kokushibo was shocked seeing that skilled fighter lying on the ground.
I had never managed to land a hit on my instructor, no matter how hard I tried. But he was knocked out after Yoriichi struck him 4 times in the blink of an eye. A 7-year-old hit him on the neck, chest, stomach, and ankle. He didn't break any bones, but he had bruises like fists. After that, Yoriichi never said he wanted to become a samurai again, because he simply couldn't stand the thought of hurting another person. He felt bad. I wanted the secret of Yoriichi's strength. After I pressed him to tell me, Yoriichi said something really bizarre.
Their lungs swell before they attack.
So, you just have to pay close attention to the movement of their bones, muscle contractions, and blood circulation.
It took me quite a long time to understand. Yoriichi could see inside the bodies of living creatures. Just like the mark, he was also born with this special vision, and he had the physical ability to react almost instantaneously. The boy I thought was pitiful was clearly stronger than me.
I'm done talking about swords now.
Instead, I want to play Sugoroku or fly a kite with you, brother.
I wanted to master sword skills, but becoming a swordsman brings pain and suffering. However, I had a talent that everyone around me recognized, so I could become stronger by working harder. But compared to a prodigy like him, I was like a turtle. It must be wonderful to wish for something and be blessed with the talent to achieve it. But when I spoke with Yoriichi about swords, he seemed completely uninterested. Despite his incredible talent, he didn't find any joy in it. To Yoriichi, the sword held even less value than simple children's games. I'd go to temple at 10. The roles were completely flipped around. One of my father's vassals told him what had happened. Yoriichi's the heir. I'm cast aside. My dream of becoming a samurai would never come true.
Bro, are you awake?
Yes, what's up?
Mom's dead. How and why?
Yoriichi came by 3 a.m. My mother's death was sudden.
Why so sudden? My bad. Please ask her servant Itu for the details. I'm leaving for the temple now. Leaving now?
Yes, I wanted to say goodbye, brother.
This flute means a lot to me.
The flute?
This flute you gave me is like you, brother.
We may be apart, but I'll encourage myself and work hard every day.
It takes Kokushibo a while to process everything that was happening at that moment.
Yoriichi only had a flute that made nothing but off-key sounds, and he kept it with him like it was a treasure. He gave another small smile. That thing was junk. I didn't understand why he was happy. It was unsettling, but I couldn't respond.
Yoriichi bowed deeply with a satisfied look, then walked away, taking almost nothing with him. According to our mother's diary, Yoriichi realized he would be the next successor, so he decided to leave home earlier than planned.
It seemed that Yoriichi knew about our mother's illness and that her final days were approaching. She had suffered from discomfort on her left side for several years. The left side, the left. Yoriichi didn't cling to mother. He was supporting her because the illness had made her weaker.
At that moment, Kokushibo realized how special his brother was.
Right then, I could feel my whole body burning with envy. I despised the prodigy known as Yoriichi from the bottom of my heart.
End of 177. If you want to keep the channel alive, like, comment, and subscribe.